What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Relentless Maury. Welcome to my first real YouTube video. It's been a long time coming. I got a little compilation videos, but them not real videos. My first real video. Today I got a Q&A for y'all. We're gonna hop right into it. I got about 15, 16 questions for y'all. Y'all been asking a bunch of questions on my day in life videos. I'm gonna knock some of them out for y'all today. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok. I'm about to start posting again. I stopped for a minute. I had to handle some business in real life. So I stopped for a minute, but I'm finna start back posting the day in the life. Follow me at TikTok at Maury with a Vengeance, and follow me on Instagram at Relentless Maury. I don't really use Instagram like that, but I'm gonna build my platform. I need y'all to go ahead, hop over there. I'm gonna be more active on Instagram. With that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Question number 1. With 43,000 likes, how the hell do you even find a package? Man, oh man, that's a very good question. All right, so I'm gonna break it down to y'all like this. At UPS, we have 4 shelves on the back of the truck, right? It's 4 shelves. Each shelf is designated to 2 sections, all right? So there are 8 sections, and the sections are numbered 1,000 to 8,000. They're numbered by the thousands, okay? So each section has its own designated spot on the shelf, all right? So let's say you have a package that has the number 2442, right? And I have to say this as well. So there are 2 labels on the package. So you have one big label, the label that you get to see if the package really goes to you, if it's really yours. That's the big label. There's a small label, right? That's only for the driver to see where to find the package on the truck, okay? And that's the label I'm referring to right now. So we have a thing called a dyad board. That's how we see all of our stops, and we get to see how many packages for each stop and things like that. But it'll tell you where the package should be on the truck. So let's say if the package number was supposed to be 2442, you'll go to the 2000 shelf, and then you will go towards the middle, 2442 towards the middle, and that's where the package should be, okay? Keyword should, because there are some days, right, you will find package 2442 on the 8,000 shelf, right? And that's towards the end of the day. Obviously 2442 will be towards the beginning of the day. So if you find it later in the day, you still got to go back and go deliver it, right? So that's why it's very crucial and very important for you to have a good loader. If you don't, if your loader loads your truck bad, that's going to mess up your entire day. You know what I'm saying? So it would be best to come to work. If you work for UPS, it'd be best to come to work a little early, see what your truck looking like, so you can fix up anything that you need to fix. All right. Question number 2: do y'all get a company gas card? Do y'all get a company card for gas money, or you gotta pay yourself? Good question. The company provides us with gas cards. Now this is the thing: we don't each have our own individual gas card. They put it in the truck, so each truck has its own gas card. But that's the thing: people steal gas cards. So let's say if you're a person like me who doesn't have their own route and just run whatever, you know what I'm saying? You may hop on the truck and it has no gas card on the truck. You get what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So the gas card is linked to the truck, right? But not to the individual. But if you go to the gas station, if you have a co-worker there, he'll just hand you his gas card, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have, gas regardless, okay? Question number 3: how do I get hired as a UPS driver? What do I need to do? All right, so I'm gonna explain it to you like this. UPS is very seniority based, right? So whoever was at the company longest, they're gonna prioritize them, okay? That's why most people at UPS start off in the warehouse, right? And they work in the warehouse. A lot of people are in the warehouse for years before they become a driver, all right? So I would say start in the warehouse, and then work your warehouse. Then you may have to, get another job, work 2 jobs. That's what I did. I worked 2 jobs if you need more money, you know what I'm saying, before you become a driver. But I say get in the warehouse first. After that, you have to be 21 to drive. You have to learn this material. They're called the 5s and 10s. Okay, you have to learn. The 5s are pretty easy. The 10s is 10 different paragraphs. You have to learn and recite them verbatim. Verbatim means word for word. You know what I'm saying? So you got to recite them word for word, and then you have to. After that, you have to go to driving school. They'll send you to driving school, and you learn all the basics and everything you got to do every day. And but the main thing to become a driver, you're gonna need them 5s and 10s. If you don't have them 5s and 10s, you're never gonna be on the road, right? So that's a crucial thing. That's what keeps a lot of people from becoming a driver is the 5s and 10s. They don't ever learn them. Okay. All right. So next question, dog. That beeping go on all day. He referred to the beeping on the truck when the hazard lights are on. So when you have the hazard lights on, the truck's gonna beep. It's gonna be like beep, beep, beep. You know what I'm saying? And you know it could be annoying, especially for somebody who's not used to that, hearing that beeping noise. And it's another thing too. When you get to every stop, you have to pull that emergency brake. I mean, you have to pull the emergency brake. But I'm talking about the hazards. The hazard lights. Every stop, you need those hazard lights on. You know what I'm saying? That's protocol, UPS protocol. You know what I'm saying? So every stop and every truck gonna have that beeping. Now you may get lucky and you find a truck that the beeping is not as loud, or you know, some trucks don't even beep like that, but majority of them, they're going to beep. You know what I'm saying? But I say this, if you work for UPS and you start, you know, for a little while, the beeping will start to become second nature. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't even bother you like that. All right. Next question. Would you recommend this job? All right, look. I would recommend this job for a particular type of person, okay? This job is definitely not for everybody, okay? If you're the type of person who is okay with doing manual labor, you know what I'm saying? Putting your body on the line to work, you know what I'm saying? This could be the job for you if you're a hard worker, disciplined person, if you're punctual. These are all things, you know, that, you know, you could be a UPS driver. And I say this, if you're the type of person, if you want to have a job where you can sit on your phone all day, you know what I'm saying, not really work too much, you know what I'm saying, but still get paid, this is not the job for you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fit in that category. They want to work a job where they don't necessarily got to do too much. This is not their job. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be working all day. You're going to be fighting against the time. You know what I'm saying? You have to be places at a specific time. You can't just be wandering around just doing whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to really be on top of your stuff if you're going to work this job, because there's nothing too. They're watching you all day. You know what I'm saying? They're sitting at the computer, see every driver. They can see where you are, how long you've been there. You know what I'm saying? If you have your seatbelt on, if you're backing up, they can see if your back door is open. They can see all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they have physically a camera to where they can literally see you. You know what I'm saying? But it's all, the whole truck is rigged with equipment for where they can see, you know, everywhere, you know, everything you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Next question. Have always wanted to be a UPS driver. What's the pay like? All right. I know y'all seen UPS. We was trending, you know what I'm saying, all throughout social media and the news world, because we were just about to go on strike. But we eventually came to a tentative agreement between the union representatives and, you know, UPS. Tentative agreement that would be a temporary agreement. But then they sent it to all the employees and union members, and we voted on it. And it became a finalized agreement. You get what I'm saying? So we just got a raise, all right? When I first started, I say the drivers started off at like 20 something an hour. You get what I'm saying? Cover drivers start off at like 30 something an hour. But if you're a cover driver, you're just a cover driver, right? You're not full time. But it's still a 4-year progression. At this point, UPS drivers now top out at $49 an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's cool. You know, it's some nice money, you know, for probably majority of people. You know what I'm saying? That's some nice money. You get what I'm saying? So, that's some good pay. Next question. Are you able to live all by yourself based on what you get paid at UPS? Yes, I am, man. I got my first apartment last year. And it was cool. I was 21. I'm 22 now. Just bought my first house, man. Clap it up. Congratulations. Hey, house tour coming soon. That's gonna be my next video. But yeah, you definitely live by yourself working at UPS, even like if you were in the, even if you were a cover driver and you were in the warehouse, you know what I'm saying, and you know, people live by themselves working at, you know, Walmart and like McDonald's, you know, getting paid significantly less. So if you can manage it, definitely UPS is a job. You know, I got coworkers that got whole families they're providing for and things like that. So you can do that. Next question. Is it true y'all gotta run to the door and back when y'all delivering? So this is referring to like if we have a residential delivery, do we have to run to the door, to the front door to deliver the package? No, we don't have to run per se. They do say that they want us to walk at a brisk pace. You know what I'm saying? But I say this, if you know your route, if you're running a route that you've ran before and you know how it runs, you could pretty much know exactly how you gotta walk, you know what I'm saying, to be able to get done on time or your preferred time if that's a little earlier, you know what I'm saying? So you definitely don't have to run though, that's, you know. Next question, what does non-delivery mean? And that's a good question. Non-delivery. Non-delivery essentially means any package that was not delivered throughout the day. So let's say you have a residential package that requires a signature and there's nobody home. You know, you leave your little info notice to notify that you were there, and then you scan it as a non-delivery. They were not in, and you just take it back to the warehouse and it goes back out tomorrow. So that'll be the same case for even like a closed business. You know what I'm saying? Back to the warehouse, that's a non-delivery. It's also a non-delivery in the situation where, let's say you have an apartment complex and you have a package that doesn't have an apartment number. You scan it as you need the apartment number, you take it back to the building, but you hand it to the clerk, right? And the clerk, you know, they could figure out, you know, they call a few people and whatnot, they could figure out where the package actually goes and it'll go back out tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? So a non-delivery means any package that was not delivered throughout the day. All right, next question. Can a seasonal driver become permanent? Okay, so keep it short and sweet. I believe this can happen. In most scenarios, like say you're driving peak season, when peak season were to end, they may lay you off, you know, for a little while, maybe some weeks, maybe some months, you know, depending on who you are, what facility you work at, you know what I'm saying, how many employees they got. But I started as a seasonal driver for peak season, and in my particular scenario, I was never laid off. They just kept me the whole time, so I drove into the new year, been driving ever since, you know what I'm saying? I started peak season, started driving ever since. So a seasonal driver can definitely become permanent, you know what I'm saying? Next question, might sound dumb, but do you guys have a GPS in the trucks? That's not a dumb question, man. We do have GPS in the trucks. Now this is the thing, back in the day they didn't, so they would have to look at each package individually and deliver street by street, all right? So we have that luxury now that we don't have to do that. We have a diad board. That's where we can see all of our stops and, you know, everything that go, all the packages for the stop. And then it's a holder, a placeholder in the truck for the diad board. Once you pop it in there, it'll drive you straight to the stop that you highlight. You know what I'm saying? So you highlight, let's say, 101 Sink Faucet Drive. You know what I'm saying? Pop it in there, it'll take you to 101 Sink Faucet Drive. So yeah, that's good. Next question. If you never ran a route before, how do you know where you deliver the first box? That's another good question. So the first thing you do, you want to get to work a little early, by about 15, 20 minutes earlier than start time. All right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to walk in to the office, you're going to get your diad board, then you're going to walk to the computer. All right? And the computer has everybody routes for the day, you know, how many miles you're going to drive, how many stops you have, you know, how many air packages. Air is they're priority packages, you get what I'm saying? So they have to be delivered by a specific time, right? It'll tell you how many pickups you have. It'll tell you your entire route for the whole day. You get what I'm saying? So if you've never ran the route before, I say the best thing for you to do is just go in order. Just go in order, take it in order. And the thing I do, we do give ourselves our own breaks. Me personally, I wouldn't recommend it. This is just me, a personal thing that I do. If I never ran the route before, I'm gonna take my break a little toward the end of the day, just so I can know exactly how many stops I got left. You know, how long I think it's gonna take me to get off the truck, because you know, if you're running a route you never ran before, you don't know how the route runs, how quickly packages come off the truck. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely need to pay attention to all that. All right, next question. How often do you stop and hand over packages to just another truck? Why would you do that? Just curious. That's a very good question. If you guys have ever seen like two UPS trucks, they're both backwards and backed into each other, and we have employees exchanging packages with one another. This is something that happens every day. You know what I'm saying? This is not necessarily like for the individual. The individual may not do it every day, but UPS definitely does it every day. Okay, so the circumstance in which we would do that would be, let's say a driver that got some pickups that need to be in the building, because pickups have to be in the building at a certain time, and let's say they got a bunch of deliveries left, and they're not gonna have their pickups back at a certain time. They'll send a driver to go get their pickups off of them and then bring them to the building for them. All right. Or let's say a driver is getting a little behind, or they were a little heavy on the route, and they got a bunch of deliveries left, and they'll send somebody to go help them get some stops off of them. You get what I'm saying? So those are the circumstances in which we would bag into each other and hand out packages from the back. All right. Next question. Did you get hired as a driver, or you put time in the warehouse first? This is also a good question. I definitely worked in the warehouse first. All right. And this is, you know, what the majority of people do. They're not necessarily, most people are not hired off the street. UPS is very seniority based. They prioritize employees who have been there the longest. Okay, but we'll say this: I think it's possible that somebody could get hired off the street as a driver, but it's unlikely. I don't know if I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? Through my existence at this company, I put time in the warehouse. I worked in the warehouse for 6 months, right? But all right, there are people who work in the warehouse for years before they become a driver. I was just fortunate enough to, in my particular circumstance, the facility I'm working at is a new facility. They didn't have many drivers. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I could get in. So it just worked out perfect for me per se. But I was in a warehouse for 6 months. Okay. Next question. Do you guys do rescues? I believe rescue is like Amazon terminology. It's basically when, you know, you go help somebody that's behind, you get some stops off of them, and then after you're done, you get some stops off of them, and then you deliver their stops and help them. You know what I'm saying? We definitely do that. You know what I'm saying? This is an everyday thing. I remember at a certain point, I used to come to work. My supervisor literally stand next. This is when I first walked into the work. He'd stand next to the computer with me and tell me exactly who I'm gonna help after I get done. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. That's a part of the job. You know what I'm saying? All right. Last question. This is the final question. Hey, bro, I am trying to work as a UPS driver. Any advice? I got some advice for you, man. So what I would say is definitely gonna have to get in the warehouse. You know, gonna have to take it on the chin, get in the warehouse for a little bit. But learn those 5s and 10s. That's the most important thing. Learn those 5s and 10s. That's going to get you on the road. You know what I'm saying? The quickest, by learning that material. I say once you are on the road, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely a learning curve. It's going to be a little hard at first. But just remember, all you're doing is riding around delivering packages, right? Don't make the job harder than it is. You're riding around delivering packages. It may be a lot of packages. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be very time consuming. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're like, say, for instance, you're at a business and you're at the back door, and they gonna take about 5-10 minutes to get back to the back door. That things like that happen. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be doing that, but you also have to be very punctual. You have time. You have priority packages that have to be delivered at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? You have pickups that they expect you to be there at a certain time. So you have to be on time when on the route, right? So when you're first starting, they might put you on the little, you know, a trainer route, you know, just so you can learn But once you're really out there, you know what I'm saying, you gotta handle your business, right? So that would be my advice. Let's see if I got anything else for you. You know, just okay, when you're on the road, there are some essentials you need. You know, you're gonna have to get you like a cooler, make sure your phone is charged, make sure you get you a phone charger, a portable charger. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. With that being said though, man, that'll conclude the video. I appreciate y'all tuning in, you know. And be looking forward to more content in the future. I'm not just gonna stick to this UPS content. I'm gonna get back on my day in the life. After this video go up, I'm gonna be back uploading the day in life. All right. But I got a bunch of content. I got a bunch of ideas coming in the future. It's not just gonna be UPS content. I need y'all to understand who I am as an individual, not just the UPS man. Okay. That being said, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. And make sure y'all follow me on TikTok. With that being said, man, I appreciate y'all.